Hey guys, good evening and welcome back again to your Unacademy NEET English channel. I hope all of you are doing great, having a good time. So my dear students, this particular session is for the subject chemistry, right? My subject, okay? And in this particular session, I'm going to let you know what has to be the strategy ahead to score really high when it comes to your chemistry in your NEET 2025 examination, right? Because chemistry being your second most scoring subject after your biology, so you need to prioritize this chemistry the most, right? Because chemistry, as I told you, it is the second most scoring subject in your NEET examination, right? My dear students, just imagine it like this, consider it like this: if you are scoring more than 160 in chemistry, you are done. Your selection is guaranteed for sure, right? But in chemistry, if you are scoring less than 150, I must say there's a worry, there's a concern. And this particular session is for all the NEET 2025 aspirants, whether you are going to write it for the first time or the second time or the third time, whatever. Because it's a general session in which I will be talking about my particular subject, that is the subject chemistry, right? So what all things exactly you need to keep into the mind while you prepare for this particular subject if you want to score 100% when it comes to the subject chemistry. My dear students, the first and the most important point which majority of the students avoid, what is that? I am going to focus more, I would say I'm going to focus the most on this particular point. The point is you need to follow the correct sequence in chemistry. I've seen a lot of students taking random chapters in chemistry, trying to study them, and eventually they do not do well when it comes to the subject chemistry, right? Why is that? Why am I telling you to follow proper sequence in chemistry? Because your chemistry, it is interrelated. It is interrelated. If I talk about physical chemistry, you cannot directly start with thermodynamics. You cannot directly start with electrochemistry. If I talk about organic, you cannot directly start with aldehydes, ketones, right? If I talk about your inorganic chemistry, you cannot directly start with your coordination chemistry. There has to be the proper sequence which has to be followed, because every chapter is linked with the other chapters of your chemistry, right? So my dear students, try to understand and remember it from now onwards once for all. When it comes to your physical chemistry, in your physical chemistry, you are going to start with the chapter mole concept, right? Mole concept, it forms the foundation of your physical chemistry. My dear students, if your mole concept chapter is strong, then there is a possibility of your entire physical chemistry to become strong. Otherwise not, right? Start with the mole concept. Once you are done with the mole, go for the redox. Once you are done with redox, go for thermodynamics, go for equilibrium, then go for electrochemistry. This has to be the sequence which has to be followed in physical chemistry. Without mole concept, you cannot study redox. Without redox, you cannot go for electrochemistry, like that, okay? Now, when it comes to the inorganic chemistry, start with periodic classification, which forms the basis of the inorganic chemistry, followed by chemical bonding, followed by D and A block elements, followed by coordination, and at the end, you can go for P block. And my dear students, one request I have. Please and please do not start organic chemistry without studying chemical bonding. First, try to cover chemical bonding, right? And once you are done with the completion of chemical bonding, then you can go for the organic chemistry. Then you can start your GOC, followed by hydrocarbon, haloalkanes, arenes, alcohols, phenols, ethers, and aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acids. This has to be, first of all, the sequence that has to be followed in your physical, inorganic, and organic. One thing I'm stressing more here, what is that? Do not start organic without completing chemical bonding. First, try to complete the chemical bonding, then you can start the organic. Otherwise, do not start the organic directly, because you are not going to get all the concepts in organic without having the prerequisites for organic. And the prerequisite for organic is nothing but chemical bonding, right? Point number one. Point number two, my dear students, you need to prioritize 3 chapters the most in chemistry, right? Give a lot of time to these 3 chapters. Number 1, that is the mole concept. Number 2, that is the bonding. Number 3, that is the GOC. I told you mole concept, it forms the foundation of your physical chemistry. If mole concept is strong, then your physical chemistry can become strong, because mole concept is everywhere there in physical chemistry. Remember it, right? Similarly, if I talk about bonding, bonding forms the foundation for GOC. Bonding forms the foundation for GOC. And GOC, without GOC, you cannot do your other chapters of organic, right? Without GOC, you cannot do the other chapters of your organic. If your GOC is strong, then only you can make your organic chemistry strong. And GOC can only become strong if your chemical bonding is strong. That's why you need to prioritize these three chapters the most, my dear students. One more important thing. Avoid studying many books in chemistry. Do not go for a lot of books. There are a lot of books available in the market, right? Those fancy names, etc., etc. You're not supposed to study them at all. Do not avoid studying theory from the books in your chemistry, basically. Now, what you are supposed to do, in chemistry, what you are supposed to follow, whatever class notes you have made, be it in whether you are studying in offline mode or online mode, your class notes are enough. They are more than sufficient. What after the class notes? After class notes, you'll be definitely getting DPPs from your either offline or online institutions. After the DPPs, go for PYQ solving, and do not miss this particular part, which majority of the students do, right? NCRT, either in-text or exercise questions. You have to do both. Right? And my dear students, a lot of students, they ignore NCRT reading in chemistry. I would highly recommend you to study NCRT, to read NCRT, particularly in two parts. One for the organic chemistry, another one for inorganic chemistry, right? In these two, organic and inorganic, you cannot avoid NCRT reading at all, right? And the way you read your biology, in the similar way, you have to read your NCRT for organic and inorganic chemistry, right? The way you keep on underlining things in biology from your NCRT, in the similar way, you are going to remember every line of your NCRT when it comes to organic and inorganic. I've mentioned it over here as well. Read NCRT the same way, the way you do it for biology. Now, 2 to 3 more important things. My dear students, when you start physical chemistry, try making formula sheets. Try making formula sheets for physical chemistry, because from physical chemistry part, you get almost 17 questions, right? And among those 17 questions, there will be 5 to 6 questions which will be directly formula based, right? Okay. And in order to do the questions, you should first of all remember those formulas. And how do you memorize the formulas? Just try to make the formula sheets. Try to revise those formulas every day for like 10 to 15 minutes. That's how you are going to revise all the formulas when it comes to physical chemistry. Now, when it comes to organic, I would want all of you to make separate sheets for the organic reactions, right? Organic reactions is one of the major chunk of the syllabus in the chemistry, right? From which almost from organic reaction part, I would say like 12 to 14 questions are asked from the reaction part. And my dear students, in order to do the questions of organic reactions, you have to remember the reaction first, right? And how do you memorize those reactions? You have to make separate sheets for organic reactions. Try to read them every day for like 15 to 20 minutes. That's how you're going to remember the reagents, the products, the reactants, etc., which are asked, right? When it comes to the organic chemistry reaction part. Please and please do not avoid any single point out of these points which I've mentioned over here. Now, one more thing. As I told you, revise your formula sheets and organic reactions regularly. That's how you're going to memorize all those things. Because if you do these two things, I would say 5 to 6 questions formula based from physical chemistry and almost 10 to 12 questions which are from the organic reaction part, right? So you can do them easily, my dear students, without even giving a lot of efforts to them. It is just you have to read them. You have to revise them every day for like 10 to 15 minutes. That's it. You're not supposed to use a pen and paper for that, right? And my dear students, if you want to get trained by me in the subject chemistry, right? If you want to get trained by me in the subject chemistry, if you want to complete your whole chemistry with me, then over here, you will have to join this particular batch, which is what you call as Phoenix 2.0 NEET English batch. Well, in this batch, there is not only the syllabus completion of chemistry, there is syllabus completion for physics, there is syllabus completion for biology as well, right? Your whole syllabus of your physics, chemistry, and biology in this particular batch, wherein I'll be personally training you, I'll be taking care of your entire chemistry, Yavar sir will be taking care of your entire physics, Ambika ma'am will be taking care of your biology, etc., right? Your whole syllabus of your PCB will be done and dusted by us. Okay, and the best part, the ones who do not know, the best part about this particular batch. First of all, you should know the batch is starting on 18th of May. Your entire syllabus of PCB, physics, chemistry, biology, is getting completed in just 6 months, right? From 18th of May, we are starting the batch. In 6 months, we are completing the whole syllabus, right? That too in the detailed manner. If you have not studied a particular chapter before, no need to worry. Every chapter is started from the basics. Every chapter will be started from the scratch itself, as if you have never studied that chapter before, right? Then once we are done with the syllabus completion of PCB, then separate 2 months are allotted for the revision. Followed by, once you are done with the revision, once we are done with the revision in the batch, then there will be 1 month for the complete full syllabus mock tests. In 1 month, we'll make you write 30 mock tests, my dear students. That too, full syllabus mock tests. As I told you, do not study many books, right? Just study this, just follow the study material which we are going to provide you in this particular batch. That is more than sufficient. You need not to worry about the DPPs. We are providing you the DPPs after every chapter, right? So once a particular chapter is completed, right after that, we are going to provide you the DPPs. No need to worry about that as well. And the best part is, on every Sunday, you will have to write the chapter-wise test, right? So basically, in 6 months, we are completing the whole syllabus. We can complete whole syllabus in 6 months only if we can cover 3.5 chapters in a particular week. So our target will be to cover 3.5 chapters in 1 week. And once we are done with the completion of those 3.5 chapters in 1 week, the Sunday of that particular week, you will have to write the test of those chapters which will be getting completed in 1 week. And my dear students, after writing the tests, we are going to personally analyze your scores, because this is under my mentorship, right? So we are personally going to analyze your scores, and we will keep on letting you know where to improvise, right? What to do, what not to do, what are the weaknesses, what are the strengths, and on what weaknesses you need to work upon, whether the problem lies in the concept clearance, whether the problem lies in the calculations, etc., etc. That's something which we keep on telling you, which personally I keep on telling you all the time, right? There will be one separate session in a week, which will be with me, right? Which will be with me, wherein I'll keep on informing you about all these things, right? And one more thing, no need to worry about the PYQs as well. You're not supposed to solve PYQs on your own. Once we complete a particular chapter, there will be a PYQ session for that particular chapter as well. So in that PYQ session, there will be last 10-year PYQs of NEET and JEE mains, which we shall be discussing in the PYQ session of that particular chapter. And what about the classes? 3 sessions are scheduled per day. Every day there'll be 3 sessions. One session duration will be 1.5 hours. And if by chance you miss any of the live sessions, you need not to worry. Recordings are also provided. And the best part is, my dear students, if you are enrolling into this particular batch, you'll be having the access to all the other batches of Unacademy as well. Be it the NEET 2025 English batch, be it the NEET 2025 Hindi batches, which are running on Unacademy. All the access to all the batches of Unacademy will be free if you are getting enrolled into this particular, that is Phoenix 2.0 NEET English batch. How do you get enrolled into this particular batch? Let me tell you that as well. But one thing, before 11th of May, so before 11th of May 12th, before 11th of May, you need to get enrolled into this particular batch, because after 11th of May, the pricing of this particular batch, the cost of this particular batch is going to be double of what it's having right now. So right now there is a 50% off going on. So try to get enrolled into this particular batch right after this particular session. Okay. And how do we get enrolled into the batch? My dear students, if you look at this particular thing, right? There is a link in the description box of the video. You just need to click on that particular link, 1-year subscription for NEET UG. After clicking on this link over here, you just have to select 12 months. After selecting 12 months, you just have to click on proceed to pay. And after clicking on proceed to pay, automatically what will happen? You'll be redirected to a page over here like this. Over here, you have to put your mobile number on which you get the OTP and everything. And eventually you are getting this particular batch only at 5499. Right? I'm talking about the plus subscription. If you are willing to take iconic subscription, right, then the price of that iconic subscription is 1499. Now, what is the difference between iconic and plus? In iconic subscription, study material you get in the form of hard copies. Basically, you get booklets, right, which are delivered to your home. In your plus subscription, what do you get? You get study material in the form of PDFs. Perfect. That is the difference when it comes to iconic and plus subscription. And the iconic subscribers, they will be directly under my mentorship. Even plus subscribers also will be under my mentorship. Once you get enrolled in the batch, there will be a separate Telegram group which will be created, right? Wherein I'll be personally keeping on letting you know like what to do and what not to do, how to do this, how to do that, what to study, what not to study, etc., etc. I'll keep on telling you that all the time throughout this particular year. So throughout this particular year, you are going to remain under my guidance. So do get enrolled as soon as possible. I'll see you all in the batches, right? I'll see you all in the batch, which is starting on 18th of May. But do get enrolled right after this particular video, my dear students, because the price of this batch is going to hike up soon, right? So with this, I'm going to take a leave. God bless you all. Take care and love you all, guys. Bye-bye. Take care.